Hey, this is Casey Ashmore coming to you from the studio. We're talking about results, relationship, billing, and why and how we can help clients get more information so they understand exactly why they get a bill, why milestones happen, and what they mean, and how it means that it's time to make an additional investment into the legal case. So, one of the things that I talked about in the previous video series was mediation or negotiation, whether that's a plea bargain in a criminal case, but whatever that scenario is, it's an opportunity to skip to the end, right? You bypass a bunch of other milestones, like a contested pretrial hearing where you might need to hire an expert witness. Let's say it's a DWI case. You know for sure the state of Texas is going to have an expert witness. You might need your own expert witness. An expert witness on the field sobriety test, an expert witness on the breathalyzer, an expert witness on the blood draw to counter the state's expert witness. And those are things that cost additional resources, and they require an investment, a continued investment in the litigation, right? And if it's a civil case, family, probate, what have you, if you're past the opportunity to skip to the end, in other words, the mediation, if you're past that window, then the next logical move is to go and start preparing your pretrial documents, right? Or conduct additional discovery, and that's where the parties exchange information, asking each other questions. I want these bank records. I want to see what these finances look like. I want to see your defensive theories, etc. So the point of the milestones, and I don't know how other businesses do it, but our business, we make sure we explain that to our clients, and sometimes it gets lost because it might be a year between that first or second initial contact, and they're looking at their contract, and we're doing everything remotely. But we generally break it up in a significant, conspicuous way. There's 3 asterisks, there's a space. If you hit this milestone, you're going to have to make this continued investment because you need to plan to have the law firm and your trial counsel at the courthouse. The law firm's going to be working for at least a half day getting ready for these things, or more, and at the courthouse in a contested pretrial hearing for so many hours. So there's this investment for that milestone. And then there's the trial investment, right? So compromises, while sometimes unpleasant, because everybody in a compromise gives up some guaranteed rights, right? You go plea bargain, you're giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you. You're giving up your right to trial. You're giving up your right to an appeal. But what you are getting is you're skipping to the end. You're saving thousands of dollars in litigation fees. You're not going to have to pay your attorney to be at the courthouse for 2 days or more. And these are the things that you save, right? The investments you save by giving up some rights in order to get a deal you can live with, instead of going down to the courthouse and seeing if you can get something that's reasonable, right? Because fair doesn't happen at the courthouse. Fair happens in Dallas in the fall. Reasonable, and again, you're in the ring, right? It's governed by the rules of evidence, the rules of procedure. And when you go down there and you have to make that investment for trial, it is very much like boxing, right? You want to stay ahead in the points, land more punches than you take, be standing when the bell rings, and win by decision. But you're also going to make a substantial investment to have the law firm work, to compartmentalize in a digestible format to the judge or the jury all the information they need, right? So imagine taking 5 years of your life and putting it in a couple of notebooks and then presenting that in a logical way in a story to the judge or jury, and then waiting to see what happens. That's the investment that is required, right? That pretrial hearing investment, the trial investment. These are the milestones in the representation agreement, And these are the things that you can avoid through compromise, through mediated settlement agreements, through plea bargain agreements, what have you. But when you see these milestones coming at you, and this is why we have a check back call, and I'll get into more of that in our next video series. But again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have questions or comments, hit me up at chat@ashmorelawfirm.com, chat@ashmorelawfirm.com, or in any one of these video platforms you see it on, leave me a message. I'll reply back, direct video message back to you as well. Thanks again.